As we conclude the year of the Lord 2024, we've been through a lot this year as UFC fans, as MMA fans. And we here at 10-7 MMA are here to give you our second annual 10-7 MMA Awards. We're going to go through a bunch of categories: men's fighter of the year, women fighter of the year, fight of the year, knockout of the year, all the casual stuff, all the typical stuff. And we're going to throw in some surprises for you guys as well. It's going to be a great, fun little episode. I got a fun little hat on. We both are going to be wearing sunglasses. Don't go anywhere, guys. It's been a while. We missed you guys, and I hope you missed us too. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of the 10-7 MMA. I'm DS. That is my guy, Dino Bam Bam.
DS, man, how you feeling, bro? 2024 is almost done. We're doing this shit for the second time.
Brother, I feel pretty good. I feel a little bit rusty. I'm not going to lie. It's been a while since we've done this. To our adoring fans, new and old, thanks for being here. What a year of UFC. And Dana says it all the time in his interviews, right? And he said it at the last interview, post fight conference. What did he say? He's like, people always like, how are you going to top this year? How are you going to top this year? And he always finds a way. And you know what? All the shit that we talk about Dana, and rightfully so for the majority of the time, he does really fucking step it up every time, whether it's during COVID or you know, whatever might happen. He has done his thing, and we've got to give props to that. But anyway, more than anything, bro, I've missed you. Thank God for your health. Dino Bam Bam, as you all might know, tore his Achilles a minute ago. He's finally damn near recovered. So give it up for Dino Bam Bam a little bit there.
Hopefully, we're crossing our fingers, man. We're crossing our fingers.
I believe, brother. I believe. But obviously, we are here gathered today with the fancy cowboy hat. Orale. We are here gathered today to talk about the second annual 10-7 MMA Awards. I'm just feeling blessed, bro. It's been 2 full years since we've been doing this. Obviously, you know, we had high expectations, as we do naturally as people, me and you. Did we attain everything? No, but I'm just happy to be here, man. So don't want to yap too much about it. Is there anything that you'd like to say before we get into all the fancy schmancy awards that we have to cover for the year?
No, man, just a quick Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to everybody that's watching.
Happy
New
Hanukkah,
Year,
Happy Kwanzaa,
all that.
all that.
Happy Holidays, everyone, and hey, man, the Happy New Year, good luck in this next new year. DS, I know here at the 10-7 MMA, me and you had our annual meeting, end of year meeting, I should say. Yep. We got some big things coming up for next year, so we're going to keep this shit going for you guys. Thank you for all the support. If you are enjoying our channel or have previously enjoyed our channel or are looking forward to the fucking amazing content as DS fucking finger fucks his camera, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button like the thing at the bottom says. Ring the bell. DS, one last time for the new year, bro. Guys, that's the sound of the bell.
And I just want to say, I'm retiring that shit. I'm leaving that 2024.
That's it?
I'm not your fucking clown. I'm not doing it anymore.
Damn. Okay, guys, you heard the man. That's it. No more bells in 2025.
No more bells and no more whistles.
No more whistles. Ring the fucking bell, all right? You can also follow us on Instagram at D107MMA. We got pictures with us and fighters, and Nina Drama's always fucking commenting on our shit, which is great. And that's Alex Pereira has us blocked.
That's my main bitch.
Right, and Poetan has us blocked, and Yuri follows us.
Does he still have us blocked?
Yeah, bro.
Check right now.
He does. I've checked recently.
This
so motherfucker woke up on the fight.
What the fuck did we do to him? I love that he blocked us the week that we put out a video, literally fucking slurping him up. Literally like, Poetan. And it was my idea too. I remember just like, dude, let's put out a Poetan video. He's like doing so much for the organization, for the sport. And this guy's like fucking hated, bro.
Not only did he do it on fucking fight week, DS, he did it the morning of his fight with Khalil Roundtree. This motherfucker
when cutting you texted me that, I had like a weird feeling in my stomach. Like, why would he do that? Like,
Like this motherfucker was like, it was either the night before or the day of, because we tagged him on like Wednesday. So Thursday night while he was cutting weight or fucking, press conference, fight day, like within that little 2-day window, this motherfucker woke up. He's like, I'm fighting Khalil Roundtree. Like,
And also,
but
you know what? I
fuck
fucking
these
hate
guys.
these guys.
Yeah, fuck them.
like,
Get them out of here. But
oh,
yeah,
okay.
follow us
Hey,
on
what
Instagram.
if he woke up? He was like, the glazing is crazy, and just fucking blocked us. Like,
Type shit. So he can go fuck himself. That's my main op. I know you don't want him to be your main op. He's my main op here at the 107
he is
MMA.
my friend.
So look, if you guys feel bad for us, follow us on
And you
Instagram.
should feel bad for it. We're both bald, both BMI over 26. Like,
We're
help us
also
out,
doing
bro.
we're also doing the 10-7 MMA weight loss challenge in
Oh
2025.
yeah, if you want to get in on that, hey, can I take a second to flex? You know what? You flex for me, bro.
Hey guys, I don't know if you're noticing. You might, they say the camera adds 10 pounds, okay? That's what they say. But I see a slimmer by more than 10 pounds, DS. My boy has lost how many pounds, DS?
16 pounds in 22 days.
In 22 fucking
And I just
days.
want to say, don't try that at home, kids. Like, if you're super fat like I was, I weighed in at 303.8 December 8th, and I was like, I
Not doing
can't,
that.
I can't do that's too much. And
Not,
then quickly shot down. But yeah, you shouldn't be losing 16 pounds in 22 days.
hey, brother, we are getting a fucking Ozempic sponsorship by fucking May, okay?
That's like the ideal sponsorship?
I'm
Ozempic and like Hims. Well,
hey,
maybe Hims is better because Hims has like dick pills, fat guy pills, and hair stuff.
I need all three.
Period. All right. Without further ado, Dino Bama, do you have anything else? Let's get right into it, brother. And by right into it, I mean fucking 10 minutes into the video. Oh, oh, don't let him get started.
Come on
Don't
now.
let him get started. All right. You ready?
Yeah, bro, let's get it.
All right, guys. Thank you for being here. Again, new or old and all that good shit. Second annual 10-7MMA Awards. We're going to start off with, as we say, the less prestigious awards, or prestigious, if you will, depending on where you're from, regionally in the U.S. But nonetheless, these are fun, right? I don't think they're still, it's worth something, right? Two fucking fat bald guys in Chicago talking about it on the internet. Anyway, we're going to start with Walkout of the Year. And what do we mean by this? Pretty obvious, pretty self-explanatory. What were there any walkouts this year that inspired something in you, right? Were there, we know Peloton is one that has one every year that's fucking, or every single time he walks out, it's terrifying, it's sick, it's awesome, right? Patty the Batty, we know, you know what to expect. But was there anyone this year that stood out to you? And I'll give it to you first, Bam Bam. What is your pick for walkout of the year in the second annual 10-7 MMA Awards? First award of the night goes to.
Yes, I am giving this award to the one, the only, the diamond, Dustin Poirier.
Turn back like a diamond.
How amazing was that shit, right?
Nah,
The
that was
fans
fire, bro.
wanted him. Yes, the fans wanted this guy to do the whole shine bright like a diamond with the singer of that
Do you
dying,
do
not
you think
Rihanna.
that takes away or adds to it the fact that the fans almost kind of made it happen? So was it like a cheap pop, or was it like, oh shit, you actually listened? That's cool.
No, man, I think him listening was a really cool thing. I think the story with the kid passing away, that video going viral, just the fact that it was Dustin Poirier and his last chance to fight for a championship and to go out there, use that walkout. He gets the pop and actually has a fucking phenomenal fight against Islam Makhachev. To me, that was hands down walkout of the year. As you mentioned, Pereira, but I know you got a couple guys you want to talk about. But for me, Dustin Poirier, hands down, shine bright like a diamond, straight into James Brown. Pay the cost to be the boss. It's a fucking badass walkout song. Badass
Yeah, I
walkout
mean,
song.
absolutely, absolutely. I don't fault you at all for picking that. Uh, yeah, I loved it too for what it's worth, and just so you guys know, when I ask questions as like the host, whatever, like I'm asking to get information. I'm not necessarily implying my feelings on the topic. Obviously, any Alex Pereira walkout is fucking awesome, particularly the one versus Hill at 300, because Jamal Hill was kind of responding to everything, and What did you say? He did the broken arrow, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So, all that shit, and then how that fight ended. So all that stuff adds to it. But for me, purely on a walkout basis, and at first, when I heard that this might happen, and it was right before it happened, and it was very recent, towards the very end of the year. You might know what I'm talking about. But originally, I was like, man, I don't know. I fucking love his original walkout song. And what's the original walkout song? It's You Suck, You Suck. And of course, I'm talking about Colby Covington. And what I'm talking about is his last walkout, the last card of the year versus Buck Lee. Just the fact that he came out with fucking Hulk Hogan and came out to, I am a real American, fight for the rights of every bit. Like, that shit is fire as fuck. If you're a wrestling fan, especially, that was awesome.
Not to mention Chael Sonnen walking out with him
Oh,
too.
oh my God, how could I possibly forget one of my top five favorite fighters of all time? Thank you for mentioning that. Chael Sonnen being there with him too, awesome. Didn't expect that either. Actually, I heard right before the fight that he's coming out with Hogan. I did not hear Chael Sonnen's going to be there. So,
well, we knew that Chael was like cornering him, but I feel you. Like, it got overshadowed and like,
yeah,
sick moment.
So yeah, man. Kobe, I think his stock is down overall in the year by more than most, maybe more than anybody. Sadly, I think he's a bit of a fraud, and he's kind of been exposed. But we're not going to get into all that right now. I did really appreciate the walkout, though. I think the song, especially when it drops, like when it comes crashing down and it hurts inside, like that shit hits different. So,
It does hit different.
Huh?
It does hit different.
It does. So I'm going to give it to Colby. But let's move on, brother. Unless you have any others that you want to mention.
Yeah, I'll throw out Sean O'Malley at Sphere was kind of cool. Lupe Fiasco, superstar in the Sphere with the fucking crazy, like, just a crazy ambiance in the fucking arena, the massive screen.
Come on, the arena's fucking crazy. I don't know if you've seen like the Anima like sets, like the visuals from these EDM sets. Bro, that shit is fucking crazy. We don't appreciate how cool of a fucking, and the fact that like I just want to say two things real quick. One, preface. This is going to be a longer video. We're having fun with it. We're talking about a bunch of shit. We are going to, shortly after we post this video, give you guys timestamps. So if you don't want to listen to us yap, I also, Dina, I just want you to put yapping as the first timestamp instead of intro, just yapping.
Gotcha.
People don't understand like how terrible of a venue. It's not built for a UFC event whatsoever, right? So to pull that off without any issues and make it cool, props to the UFC, man. Props to Dana White. Dana White is just so impressive overall. I mean, I'm not glazing it. He just really is. I just have to say that.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it was a fucking badass walkout. The Lupe Fiasco song. Like, Sean O'Malley just kind of, he looked to me nervous in the moment. And I know you can say that, like,
he always kind of does, man. Like, I don't, like Sean is like, okay, you take somebody like me or you. I feel like we're naturally extroverted. We're entertainers, right? Like we get energy from people. I don't think Sean O'Malley is naturally an extrovert. I really don't. I don't think he gets energized off people naturally.
And you can tell that from his, just from his press conferences, the way he talks. But yeah, it was a cool walkout, a great song, like he usually uses that, or he's been using it, I guess, these last 3 fights. But just a badass song in a badass venue, and it looked cool on TV at least.
Yeah, no, I mean, and you know what? You know what's crazy, bro? When I saw like the TikTok videos and stuff coming out of the Sphere after, like watching it on TV, I was like, oh, that was pretty cool. I wasn't like disappointed. I was just like, I feel like it felt like, oh, they kind of forced a square peg into a round hole kind of thing, right? But then when I watched like videos of like people who were there, I was like, oh, holy shit, dude. Like, this actually works really well. It's just like, I think they, like, I don't think it translated as well as you hoped it would visually on TV. Is that fair to say?
I watched the second time through, it looked better to me. So maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's move on to our second award of the night. And of course, that is, and not of course, why would it be? Of course, you guys don't know shit. And this is we're trying to be fresh over here at Ten7 MMA. We're not going to give you the typicals. We are going to give you the typicals, but we wanted to add a little zhuzh, a little pizzazz into it, right? So I just want to say, Dino, I fucking hate how you didn't capitalize every first letter of the word. I just
You
have
know,
to.
I thought about doing it, but then I didn't do it.
I really hate that you did that. But anyway, second award of the night, custom fight kit of the year. If you're at a second grade level, you can read that. Um, you want me to go first here?
Yeah, brother, you go first.
Yeah, for me, man, it was between two, really, right? It was between Poatan and Taporia. We've had a lot this year, right? We had, you'll mention in a second. I'm gonna go with Taporia, man. I initially said, as you know very well, I initially went with Poatan because it just looks so fucking sick and different, and the ass like the in like Native American stuff, or yeah, Native American stuff looks fucking awesome. And it's definitely more detailed than the guy I actually ended up going with. But I'm gonna go with Taporia, man. I just think the more simple color base of red and gold with the Bulls. Yeah, I just thought it looked really fucking clean. I'm gonna go with Taporia. I will say, and I want to hear what you have to say about this too, Dino Baby. Overall, at first, I don't know if I like the concept of the custom shorts, and it's like there's no like true. It's not like oh, just champions get custom shorts, right? Like
Yeah.
there's really no criteria. It's like oh, if you're kind of popular, or if you're a champion, or if you've been a like you know what I mean. So I do want like once you tell us your answer, I want to hear what you have to say about the
Yeah.
entity as a whole and the custom fight kits as a general entity. But for me, man, I'm gonna go with Taporia, the red and gold. I just think it looks so clean. And yes, he's knocked out a lot of my favorite fighters, but I'm gonna go with Taporia, man.
Yeah, I mean his shorts were fucking awesome. DS, I'll throw it out there really quickly. I love the custom shorts idea. What I don't like that there is not a criteria. I'm cool with superstars and that being kind of a thing that like superstar you can't really put a number on it, right? So I'm cool with these stars getting it. I think champions should all get them, and I think former champions should at least kind of like get like a C on their shorts or something, like a star, something signifying that they've been a champion. Maybe the stars will be the numbers of defenses that you had. The C indicates you were a champion, like a gold C on your shorts. Figueiredo, Peter Yan, right? Those guys should have something to commemorate their time as champions.
Figueiredo, say it like you mean it, brother.
Shout out my boy Figueiredo. Anyways, my custom shorts of the year, DS, they're going to Brandon Moreno, the assassin baby, man. Just the fucking sick ass, like red and green, old Mexican Aztec mine. I don't know what it is. Maybe that's racist, but just some sick ass designs on there. I love the red. I love the green. It popped. He looked awesome in that fight versus Amir Albazi. Looked even better in the shorts, man. So
Oh,
hey,
no diddy,
pause.
no
Pause.
diddy. But listen, I would have probably picked. Just so you guys know, I just want the fans to know. Dino Bam Bam sent me his picks first, and I just mindset wise, right? I approached it. I always, you guys know, I have a strong sense of justice. I'm always going to keep it real with you guys. So when there was an opportunity to pick something different that made sense, I picked something different that made sense. If it was so clear, where it was like there's one clear winner, I went with that one clear winner because I'm going to stay true to the game. The shorts are such a like tomorrow maybe I'll pick something different, right? So I think you can't go wrong. I will say Moreno shorts easily top three for me too.
Yeah, they're fire. You mentioned the Alex Pereira shorts, some honorable mentions. Max Holloway with the floral design, right? The
Yeah,
Hawaiian
that was clean as
flowers.
fuck too. Yeah,
Those,
that's the only other one I'd like to mention. Wei Lee's was nice too, but like didn't really stand out too much. Bryce Mitchell, I'm not a fan of that pattern, but I also don't think that he's the type of guy that should receive. Like, but I guess he's a character, so I get it. So
I'll also throw in the Sean O'Malley pink shorts at UFC 299. I like Dustin Poirier's shorts; those were kind of cool. What I didn't like, DS, I didn't like the whole Gaethje, Chandler, and Stipe getting like the gray on black or like the black on light black. Like those just didn't pop for me. Like cool
you mind
short
if I smoke
design.
a square?
Hey, brother, it's your fucking channel. Okay, you do what you want. But I didn't like the black on black. Like they didn't pop at all
Wait, who? Black on black for who?
for Gaethje, Chandler, and Stipe. Like Gaethje had like the flag, Michael Chandler had the flag. Stipe had the flag, and they did
Oh,
like,
I hated those.
yeah, I don't like that. They didn't pop. I didn't
I
love, man,
hated those. Those were cringe, honestly.
and I love Charles Oliveira. I didn't really like the Dubronx shorts too much.
They were
Yeah,
fine, yeah.
they were all right, but yeah, I'm going with Brandon Moreno. I like Ilya Tapuria's, Max Poetan. You can't go wrong with those.
Yep. Yep. Absolutely. Um, dude, what the fuck? That's crazy. Why are like none of my
You struggling over there?
no, I'm not. I'm tweaking off why are none of my like this. Well, I could pull it up in the shit that I said. Anyway, all right, guys, let's move on to the third award of the night and the second annual 10-7 MMA Fight Awards. And this is a new one. This is the first time that we're doing this, and I hate that you fucking didn't capitalize the goddamn words again.
They're not going to
But
be
anyways,
capitalized throughout the whole thing.
I really hate that you did that, but that's
Beautiful.
fine. That's fine. We're here. We're queer. Let's get to it. 10-7 subscriber of the year, and this is a new one. And what does it mean? I mean, it's just somebody that is engaged, and I guess longevity is it's like a tiebreaker kind of stat, right? Like if you were a new subscriber and you were in that bitch, you're commenting, whatever, like you could have won this, right? And when we call you a fan or a subscriber, like I hope it doesn't seem derogatory because we're just regular fucking dudes, obviously. Like, but Bam Bam, we both agree on this. There's only one guy this year and the first ever 10-7 subscriber of the year goes to
Our boy Adi. All right, Master Shake 327 DS. First of all, shout out Adi, great dude, fucking awesome. I love that
honestly, we should hang out with him, bro. It's like why haven't we seen him? Like
I'm down. We got to hit him up. We
we
got
should
to hit
watch
him
a
up.
card with Adi.
Yeah, why not?
Let's do it.
Let's do
Adi,
it.
hit us up, bro. Let's watch a card together. Anyway.
Bang. Yeah, he likes all the videos, comments on all of them. He's constantly on Instagram doing shit, engaging. Shout out Adi, great fucking dude. Yes, we played high school football with the guy. So we've known him forever. We haven't been like as close.
I have nothing bad to say about the guy. He's a great guy.
We haven't been as close these last like handful of years. I used to see him at Mark.
Who has been?
I don't know. We used to see him at Mark sometimes, but shout out Adi for fucking coming out of the woodwork, bro, and just being our most fucking dedicated, loyal fucking subscriber. Adi's the fucking man. Adi's the fucking man.
We love subscriber interactions, all that stuff. Like we really do. Like we'll never switch up, and God willing, we make it. And I think we will. I really do think. Like I'm not being arrogant. I do think we'll make it. We'll be something in this industry one day. We made some progress this year, but regardless of all that, Adi, appreciate you, brother. Thanks for fucking tuning in every single time, bro. Thanks for commenting and being active. You're the man.
Also, one more thing, DS. I'm going to throw this in there. My senior year of high school football, I was a little captain of our little group, the captain of the group. Adi was in my group, so shout out.
I remember you were a captain. I was weirdly enough not a captain for some reason, which...
Let's not talk about why I lost my captaincy. Let's keep that story for another time.
Actually, that's a great story time for another day. But let's move on to the next award of the night. And it's almost like a 2-in-1, this one, right? We're going to call this the Bounce Back Fighter of the Year.
Let me do something, Diaz. Let me switch you to this side. Go ahead. You keep talking. Oh, that's a tough image right there. Speaking of tough,
Speaking of tough, there's one man that we must shout out. And is he a friend of the channel? Yes, he's a friend of the channel. Even if he wasn't a friend of the channel, even if he told us to go fuck ourselves and he's not giving us the time of day, I would still respect him just enough. And his name is Skullet Gang Charles Johnson, right?
Yeah.
Bounce Back Fighter of the Year. This man has fought 4 times this year. One of 2 or 3 fighters that did it this year. He beat Azat Maxim. He beat Jake Hadley. He beat Joshua Van in a massive upset, and not just beat Joshua Van, but beat him by fucking knockout. And like, people are like, "Oh, CJ is not a guy that has knockout power." Check the scoreboard, bitch. Right? And then recently in October, he beat Sumadeji too by unanimous decision. Charles Johnson, 4 fights this year, 4 wins. Somebody who's gone overlooked in his division for a long time. and you just love to see it, man. We've done what, 2 interviews with him by now? No,
Just one, but we've been on live with him a
one,
couple
but
times.
we stay in touch with him. Man, look, what he's always given us the time of day. He's a great guy overall. He's got an adorable family. God bless his daughter and his wife, and man, all the best to him and his family. And man, you just love to see it, right? Like, because I'll be honest with you, bro. It's not like I was like, oh, Charles Johnson's like fucking a beast. Like, but like I always had support for him because I respected his hustle. But this year, he even showed somebody like me, like what he's capable of, and you just love to see it, man. He stepped this fucking game up, and more than anything, I love people who are true to themselves and who continue to persevere. And certainly, he did that this year. So all respect to Charles Johnson. He is my comeback fighter of the year. Or bounce back fighter of the year. I just want to say one thing. If we're looking at it from a different perspective, I also have to mention Tom Aspinall, right? And I know like his injury wasn't this year, but to come back and to become such a household name this year, I got to just mention Tom Aspinall too.
Yeah, fair. And Diaz, look, bounce back fighter of the year, man. It's a no brainer for me. It has to be the Skullet Gang. Energy, Charles Johnson. Look, 1-3 last year, 3-fight losing.
We're gonna go see him this year, by the way. We're gonna go see him in person this year. CJ, by the way, CJ, we're gonna send you a little gift basket. Okay. This is the first bounce back fighter of the year. And are you also gonna call it what we called it?
Hey, you tell me.
It's also the first R Boy of the year. CJ, you are the first 10-7 R Boy of the year. Somebody that both me and Dino Bam agree on, that we respect and love. So props to you, bro. I know the glazing is crazy, but we're gonna send you a little gift basket, some 10-7 gear, some anime shit, and some stuff for your daughter and all that good stuff. So look out for that in the next couple weeks.
So look, DS, I'm just gonna go both in a row right here. First of all, bounce back fighter of the year. CJ wins that because he was on a 3-fight fucking losing streak to end last year. Okay?
And like Fugazi as fuck too. The split to Ode, I thought he beat Ode, bro. Like,
yeah.
So like a very like iffy ass losing streak.
But look, 3-fight losing.
I just want to say, like, and mentally, think about what that does to you. Like, oh, I fucking won, bro. No, you lost. And to still bounce back, to have fucking 2 more losses after and still bounce back and win 4, bro, that's some fucking man shit. That's some perseverance. That's unbelievable.
So listen, hey, 3 fights in a row that he was on a fucking 3-fight losing streak, comes back this year, and part of why he's an our boy, right? He hops on the fucking pod with us. We do the Charles Johnson interview. He rattles off 4 fucking straight. So if that's not bounce back material, then I don't know what the fuck is.
Finally, and also, is 10-7 a good luck omen? I don't know. I'm not saying it is. I'm not saying it's not.
Right. So CJ 4-0 since we talked to him. Man, Dino, so fucking happy for the guy. Great dude. I was always a believer of Charles Johnson from the LFA days. So to see him come to the UFC, you have to think about it, man. The UFC is a fucking tough place to be. It's the best promotion in the world. And there are so many high-class fighters, DS, world-class fighters that, number one, don't get in. But then there's some world-class fighters. And also,
what a tough division he did it in.
But hear me out. There's some fighters that come into the UFC, and, man, they might get a tough matchup or two at the beginning of their, UFC run, and that's it. They're fucking gone. They don't get a chance to do anything, right? So to see a guy like Charles Johnson be able to come back, prove, and show who he actually is, who I thought he was, that's fucking awesome. But for our boy of the year, it's obviously him, right? I mean, the interview, the love that Charles Johnson has showed us, just a fucking awesome dude. We are going to be sending him stuff. He already sent us the address where we could send the stuff to his new house. And
did he?
Yeah. So, man, shout out CJ.
So in the next 2 weeks, 2-3 weeks, we're going to do that.
Yeah, we're sending CJ some stuff. And, hey, different stratosphere, different level here. Like CJ up here. We also got to shout out Nina Drama. She's lower down here, but Nina's been showing us some love this year. So maybe an our girl of the year.
No, our girl of the year, no question. It's Nina. She is like fucking 4 or 5 million, 8 million followers, dude. She's blown up. She won not that she needed to fucking win MMA influencer of the year or whatever, MMA reporter of the year. She deserves it. I don't know why people hate on her. I think it's just fucking incels and motherfuckers that get no pussy that hate on her. Good for you, girl. thanks for showing love. We had, was it this? Yeah, it was this year, bro. We had a 3 million. We had fucking 3 million goddamn views. Over 3 million now. Hold on one second. We had over 3 million views. And hold on, and that's no disrespect to Nina.
I'm tagging her in that part. I'm clipping.
No, you. Well, not that I give a fuck, but you shouldn't because that's disrespectful. But I'm just trying to say, thanks for showing love. She doesn't need to. She's crushing it. People hate on her for no reason. She's consistently one of the more entertaining, one of the most, probably the most entertaining interview every single time in MMA. She's good looking. Obviously, I don't have to fucking say that, but I don't think she had to be good looking. Like she's crushing it. Also, just real quick, shout out MMA Maddie for her. I've got no root.
I like that a lot.
Because you crush it with in a different way with the collages, right? And you've done such a good job. And you're my MVP of the year. I just want you to know that. Do you know, Ben?
Hey, thank you, brother.
You are, brother. And in here and elsewhere, you're my MVP. But MMA Maddie does fucking crush that. Yeah, but Nina Drum, she's awesome, man. And like I think about the difference between somebody like okay, let me ask you this. Do you think her or Joanna is more popular?
Her.
She's more popular.
Yep.
And low key, like traditionally better looking. Like, and Nina, like literally stopped her. Like, I don't know if it was security or whatever. Like, when we were in Vegas and shit, like took pictures with us. And by the way, check out at the Ten7MMA on Instagram. We got pictures of Nina Drama. You can see those there. Whereas Joanna, her security was like, just go, go, go. Like they were not fucking with us. So there's something to be said about that. But yeah, I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No, yeah, man. Shout out CJ, shout out Nina, fucking our boy, and then I guess our girl of the year. We came up with some shit on the fly, DS. I like that.
Yeah, absolutely. No, you did that, and I appreciate that.
There we go.
Anyway, let's move on to the next category, which is comeback of the year, and it is who had the most come on their back this year. It's actually not. But what it is it's not about like an injury or career thing. It's not like a like most improved kind of thing or NFL like whatever. It's not nothing like that. It's more in a fight, right? Like a fight that looked like it was doomed. Like this guy was about to lose, and he ended up winning. And for me, and this is one that maybe a lot of you won't agree with, but I'm going with Magny versus Mallet, man. Mike Malott or Mike Mallet, whatever you want to call him, Neil Magny was getting his ass whooped. It was in Canada, if I'm not mistaken.
It was.
It was in Canada. Yep, thank you. Didn't they all fucking lose?
All the men. Shout out Jasmine Jasdavicius and Jillian Robertson.
She won. But
Jasmine and Jillian Robertson held it down for the Canadian women.
And God bless the Canadian. You know what? Canadian women are actually very attractive. I will say that. But I'm going with Magny, man. I know, like, and I'm mostly going with Magny because you picked the pick that you picked. But JDM was a thought, right? Like, there was like versus Burns. I just didn't think that there was any real moments, like really, where he looked like he was done. Magny looked like he was fucking done versus Mike Malott or Mike Mallet for a hot minute, and then literally out of nowhere, this guy gassed the fuck out, and Magny just fucked him up. So I'm going with Neil Magny for comeback of the year in terms of within a fight.
Yeah. And DS, that was probably my second choice. So I'm glad you mentioned that one and you picked it. That's nice. But for me,
it's almost like we planned it.
It's almost like we planned it, brother. For me, there was just one that was very, very obvious. And let me tell you something, my brother. Let me tell you something, okay?
Let me tell you something. Sorry.
Hey, there's only one man that could do this because he cannot afford to lose. All right? It's fucking Money Moicano.
This guy, man. The most ugly guy in the world. Sorry.
Stop it, bro. It's Money fucking Moicano at UFC 300 versus the Tarantula Jason fucking Jesus Christ, Jalen Turner. Okay, these glasses, they don't let me see very well. They're red. It hurts my head. But Jalen Turner had fucking Moicano dead to rights, had him knocked out, could have got the walk-off, could have definitely finished the fight, but he decided to act cool and try to get the walk-off. The referee doesn't stop it, and what happens? You give fucking Money Moicano a chance, and he's going to fucking take it. Man, just an absolutely Nasty comeback, DS. He was done. And another thing, man, Moicano, what a fucking year for that guy. Beating the shit out of BSD later on in the year, like fucking annihilating him. We're about to see him really early in this year versus Beneil Dariush. An interesting fight for me, being a Syrian and being a Beneil Dariush fan, and it's a tough one. That card's gonna be fucking reckless. But yeah, Money Moicano, comeback of the year. He can't afford to lose.
I didn't see it coming, bro.
Yeah.
I didn't see it coming, and absolutely. So, all right, let's move on to the next award, which is Rookie of the Year. Rookie of the Year. Dino Bam Bam. Are we doing male and female here? No, just overall.
Just overall. So, yeah, I'll start it off.
Please start us off. Who is your Rookie of the Year? And what that means is, let me ask you this. It's a fighter making their UFC debut. Or is it more than that?
Like not necessary.
Okay, let me ask you this. Would you have counted Chandler in that the year that he came into the UFC? No, right?
No, I wouldn't.
I don't think I would either, but I really want to hear what you have to say about that. I think we could have, if there was no clear-cut answer. I think more than anything, guys, this is more like a relative unknown or a younger fighter. Like, there's got to be more. Like, I don't like somebody who didn't really make almost like a lateral move, right? We're not counting that really,
right?
So like Chandler, an MVP, like I don't think I would count him in this, even if he got knockouts in his UFC. Like, I wouldn't count that. Like,
no MVP, Kayla Harrison, those guys are not.
This is more an up and comer kind of thing,
right? So it's an up and comer. You either had to make your debut this year or debuted at like midway last year kind of thing. This one's really obvious. We both picked the same guy, and really, DS, we both picked the same group of guys. So we're going with the one, the only, the man who drinks whiskey, the man who smokes cigarettes fucking before and after.
You know what? I feel like I have to light one up for him. And
there it is. Pour one up, light one up. Carlos Prates, man, what a fucking year this guy had, DS. Just knocking everybody the fuck out, getting himself in the rankings, looking like a serious title contender.
For those of you that don't know, one of the only other fighters aside from CJ that had 4 fights this year, and arguably, and not arguably, let's be honest, more impressively than CJ even, in a more glamour division, right? Yep. Finished Trevin Giles with a fucking vicious straight left in the second round in February. Knee to the body. Charles Radke, who's a tough ass motherfucker, and that win looks really good now. Li Jingliang, bro,
sparked them out.
And we've never seen him get dropped. Like, even versus Hamza, we've never seen him get fucked up like that, like on a striking basis. And then arguably, to me, he took a step down after that. Neil Magny obviously finished him with a left hook in the first, at the end of the first. But my goodness, man, 4 straight finishes in 2024. The guy is an absolute fucking stud. 21-6. Like, I don't know if that record says much to you, but even before he came to the UFC, respectable enough competition. This guy's the real fucking deal, man. And one of the fighters I'm most excited to see what he does in the year 2025.
Yeah, DS. I mean, he's sparking everybody out. That hand, that punch that knocked out Neil Magny looked like it barely fucking touched him, and he put him out cold.
No, for his weight class, bro, you can tell he's got that different.
100%. And then
he's got them
Fiexins. One more thing, by the way, DS. I mean, we got to mention the Fighting Nerds guys, right? Gene Silva debuted in the UFC last year. He was a guy who, if you remember, in the halfway award show that we did last year, I said, person to look out for. It was Gene Silva, and he's fucking made me look really fucking smart about that. Another guy, Mauricio Hoofy, man. The Fighting Nerds are taking over. So Rookie of the Year is, for both of us, Carlos Prates, but as a fucking group, it goes to the Fighting Nerds.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time that I saw a gym as a whole. Like, and by the way, we're talking about Hoofy, we're talking about Gene Silva, but don't forget about
Kyle Bahalio.
Yeah, thank you. Like, he's a top 5 fucking middleweight right now, and he might be next to the title. So I have not seen. I've never seen. I don't think any. Have you ever seen a complete, not a relative unknown, a complete unknown gym come in and send multiple fighters to undefeated record? None of them lost this year, right?
No, they were undefeated on the year.
That's unbelievable, bro.
Oh, what did I do? I pressed the wrong thing.
Those circle jerks must be going crazy.
You think so?
I mean, I know ours would if we were like that,
Hey, now.
but we've never been about that. So, all right, guys, let's move on to the next serious award. I just have to say how much I fucking hate that you didn't capitalize the rest of the words. Card of the year. This is a big one, right? And I think this is a very obvious one for anybody that's not a casual. It's guys, come on. What was billed as the biggest card of all time, right? It's UFC 300, man. And I tend to be a contrarian sometimes, and I know you do too. But like, even if you want to be a contrarian, you can't be, right? Because the card fucking delivered. Okay, unbelievable, right? Obviously, if we're gonna talk about it in a minute, the Gaethje Max Holloway fight / knockout was one of the greatest moments in MMA history. Period. But aside from that, the Yuri Rakic fight was incredible, which we'll talk about in a second too. There were so many fights, like top to bottom. It was so gassed up. It was one of those cards where it's like it can't possibly be as good as it's built to be, and it fucking was. So
Yeah.
I don't think like it's one of those where if I picked anything other than UFC 300, I would be getting too cute. So UFC 300 is my pick. Do you want me to go like down the list of? Well, first of all, I'll let you talk about it real quick.
Yeah, and that's fine. You pull up the list, DS. I mean, it's UFC 300, right? Like, let's not get fucking cute with it. That's what it was. It's very rare. I mean, first of all, it's just rare to get a card of that caliber. The UFC has never done a card of that caliber. They tend to do that.
Well, we have to talk. It's a hundreds card, right?
Right.
Like,
So they did it for
like
one.
Jim Miller was on there.
Right. They did it for 100, 200, 300, took the cake. It's the best of those three. It's the best MMA card of all time.
You want me to go through it real quick?
Really quickly, let me finish this point, DS. The way they set it up at the start with Davison Figueiredo and Cody Garbrandt, which I know we're gonna go through the order right now, but two former champions to start the night. You know shit's about to be fucking serious. To put all these banger fights, on there, and every single one of them delivered. The only one that missed was Aljo and Calvin Kattar. But I mean, just a good performance from Aljo, but it looked so terrible on that card. But holy shit, DS. I mean, what a card to build that and then to have it deliver is a very special thing. But let's go through it. Let's go through it fight by fight.
Yeah, and I'll just real quick to piggyback off that. Like I hate when people hype things up too much because like they always flop.
Right.
And to get that, and let's be honest, it was the most hyped event in years, and it didn't flop, and it lived up, right? And there it is, and it lived up to its name. So that alone is crazy. But bro, first fight of the night was Figueiredo Garbrandt. Figueiredo won by rear naked choke.
Great performance.
Crazy matchup. Then you get Jim Miller, second fight of the fucking night. Unfortunately, Bobby Green won, but that was a fucking war. Jessica Andrade beat Marina Rodriguez by split decision. That was a great women's fight. Renato, obviously, that we just talked about this fight. The Moicano Turner fight was on this card. Diego Lopez, who people were so high on, Sadiq Youssef, he fucking finished the fuck out of Sadiq Youssef in the first round. We had Kayla Harrison with her only fight in the UFC, and she did what we all expected her to do and fucking dominated Holly Holm. We had Aljo versus Kattar, which this is Aljo's first fight at 145, and you guys weirdly hate Aljo. Like, I don't know, like, but he won. He did his fucking thing. Then the Yuri versus Rakic fight was a fight of the year contender, and spoiler alert, maybe we'll talk about that soon, but Yuri won that. Then you had Bo Nickel, obviously name value, shouldn't have been on this card where he is. Probably should have been open in this card. He beat our boy Cody Brundage
who we interviewed that week.
Friend of the channel who we interviewed this year. One of the 3 or 4 interviews we did.
We interviewed him that week. Dude.
You guys look at us and you look down at us. from your high horse, like, oh, these motherfuckers don't know shit. They probably did interview. We interviewed three fellas, all right? Three fellas this year, 604 followers, whatever it is. Then it was Sarukian versus Du Bronx, Holloway versus Gaethje speaks for itself. Wei Lee did her thing in her first and only fight of the year versus Jean Yon, which was unbelievable. And then obviously Alex Pereira with the Jamal Hill knockout and the walkouts, top to bottom, the greatest card ever probably in the UFC history. So
Yeah, speaks for itself. Honorable mentions, DS. I'm just gonna throw out. Sphere was a cool experience. We talked a little bit about that earlier.
how can you have a video like this and not mention the Sphere?
Right. So the Sphere was sick. It was hyped up and it delivered, man. Fucking phenomenal fights in that card too. It was almost like every single fight on that card delivered. Not every single fight.
Was that O'Malley Vera too?
What is that?
That was O'Malley Vera too, right?
No, that was
Marab O'Malley.
Yeah. And then 299 was the next card I was going to mention, which was O'Malley and Cheeto. Phenomenal card. Dustin Poirier on that card.
Yeah, Benoit Saint-Denis beating the fuck out of Dustin Poirier and then getting fucking fucked out of nowhere.
Should have been mentioned in comeback of the year.
O'Malley fucking up Cheeto Vera. We had JDM with we're going to talk about it, but I don't think either of us picked him. But he was losing to Gilbert Burns and then ended up with a knockout win. We had Peter Yan beating Song Yadong, and this is his first fight on his comeback streak. We had Curtis Blades, a Chicago boy.
Stopping the hype train. Stopping the hype train, DS.
And thank God, because, you know what I mean? First of all, how trash is it to be a Chicago sports fan? We had Macy Barber, who's gotten hotter over the years, fighting Caitlin Sertmanara. We had the Guerrero Dos Anjos fight. Kyler Phillips took a step up, took a tier up after that, beating my boy Pedro Munoz, Felipe Lins, Cutelaba, who I fought like 3 times. Michel Pereira continued his streak in the division. We had Despain, who might have looked like something at this point, which we know he's not now, but he had a great knockout recently. Almabayev beating CJ Vergara. Joanne Calderwood versus Marina Moroz was trash, but yeah, very, very good card.
And then, so those were the best 3 pay-per-views of the year. And then I will throw in a fight night again towards the end of the year at fucking 2, 3 in the morning. UFC fucking Macau was crazy.
Dude, that was an unbelievable card.
Crazy. That might have been fight for fight, like fight by fight, the best
skill
card
for skill. That might have been the best card of the year. Better than 300, like just purely like
the shit that was going on. It was fucking bananas, but phenomenal card.
I was absurdly fucked up. I couldn't even fathom watching that live, and then I ended up watching it when I woke up in the morning. So
I stayed up, brother. I stayed up.
I know you did, because you texted me at like 9 a.m. and I was like, bro, what? You're like, damn, that was sick. I'm like, it's 8 a.m. Like, what are you talking about? Anyway, we're yapping a lot about that one, and rightfully so, because we're just fans at the end of the day. But let's move on to another big award for the year. It's moment of the year. Last year, my winner was, and if I recall correctly, was our boy. We were there for it. Was oh my god, I'm fucked up right now. I'm blinking.
You're wrong. You're wrong. By the way,
what? Huh?
The moment of the year last year was Izzy and Poetan. The whole fucking.
Oh my god, absolutely.
That was the fucking moment of the year. And I'll tell you what's phenomenal, DS. That was far and away the clear front runner winner of moment of the year last year. We had that the moment we saw it. We knew that was it. Nothing could top that. And we got something similar this year because we were just talking about UFC 300 and we had a fucking moment of the year happen right in front of us. And as we watched it, we text each other, holy shit, that's the moment of the year. And there's nothing else that comes close.
Wait, well, hold on. But Dino, did I not pick Robbie Lawler's?
You wanted to, but it was Izzy.
I picked it for something last year, bro.
Who knows? I remember you did, but that might have been the halfway point of the year. Or no, whatever. It was Izzy.
I remember at some point I picked Robbie Lawler, who's one of my goats.
I think you know what it was, DS. I think it was one of those, like it's the Izzy moment, but I'll pick this one.
No, okay, yeah, but you know what? No, wait, wasn't the Izzy moment 2 years ago?
No, maybe, I don't know. Regardless, let's just fucking move on. Fuck it. We're here. It's 2024. We're going into 2025. Fuck the past.
Period. But I do have to know now.
Okay, so while he finds that out, guys, it was fucking Justin Gaethje getting flatlined by Max Holloway. The whole point to the center, the whole fucking exchange of 10 seconds. Max
Yeah,
being
bro.
the
That's
man that he
2023.
is. All right, Max being the man that he is, okay, does the point to the ground. When he's up, he won the fight. He won it, and he challenges Justin Gaethje, who is not a bitch, who will never back down. An injured, hurt Justin Gaethje invites him to trade in the middle of the octagon. He obliges and fucking just theater, just perfection. DS, you're tripping me out. Talk a little bit.
My whole shit is freezing. That's what's
All
happening right
right,
now.
that's the moment of the year, guys. We both picked that. I'm gonna throw in some honorable
No,
mentions
hey,
for.
listen. I just want to say real quick. This is one of those, like I told you guys. Like, if there is another moment to pick, I'm picking it. Um, that like, bro, that was maybe potentially the greatest moment of all time. Like in MMA, that was fucking crazy. And I know he was winning the fight, so I like for the less casual fan, I something like oh like they could say like oh he was already winning, but like bro, like you can't pick anything else possibly. I remember I was watching this by myself, like in my fucking room on my phone, and I usually don't like watching on my phone, but I was mouth agape, bro, the whole time. Yeah, and to watch that finish was fucking crazy. I was like, yeah, that was unbelievable. So yeah, I just have to say like, there's no other possible moment to pick other than that. I'll be right back.
Do your thing. Honorable mentions, guys. Some of them that have to be fucking mentioned on here. Last year we had the Alex and Yuri stare down, which was unbelievable. We got part two of that this year.
To this day,
Unfortunately,
one of the greatest stare downs.
phenomenal. And we got part two of that
People
this
still
year.
make memes out of it.
They do. They do. And ADS, we got part two this year. That was badass. And then I absolutely have to mention this because this is some of the most badass shit I've ever seen. Dan Ige stepping up on fucking 4
Dude, I'm
hours
so
notice.
fucking glad you mentioned that.
That
Are
shit
we're still
was
on moment of the
fucking
year, dude.
crazy.
That was first of all that fight. That might have been one of the fights of the year too. It's a contender. I don't think either of us picked it. Oh, okay. You're just gonna start texting on camera like that, like you're visibly on camera.
Stop it.
You're visibly on camera texting.
It's fine. Go ahead.
And fuck you. You know what? Fuck you. Just move on. Let's go.
Hey, DS.
Anyway, moving on to the next category, next award
All right.
for the year. It is submission of the year. We both picked the same one. It is Hamza versus Whitaker, and it hurts me to say this. If you guys know anything about me, you know that Bobby Knuckles is in the last 5 years my favorite fighter. I saw him multiple times in person. I love the guy. I love that he gives respect when it's due. But Hamzat is fucking different, man. And you know what? Like that's what I want to see more of. And by the way, guys, look out for next week coming up. First couple videos of 2025. What we want to see in 2025, and a couple other videos kind of like that. But Dino Bam sent me his picks, and I knew he was picking this. And obviously, this is like there's two fights when you think of submission of the year, right? Where they come to mind. It's this, and it's Islam choking out Dustin Poirier, which that wasn't super technical for me. And also, I thought this was way more dominant. Not I thought, like it clearly was way more dominant. Also, the fact that it was Whitaker, who's been a champion, who has been one or two in the division for years now, for the better part of this decade, and one of my favorite fighters. But I give credit where it's due, man. Seeing Hamza, and I know he had a previous injury, blah blah blah, but like he could have gotten that shit taken care. He did whatever, bro. His teeth caved in. All right. I've never seen Bobby Knuckles, who's not afraid of anybody, who gives everybody a tough motherfucking fight, tap so fucking quick. This is the submission of the year. I know we both picked it, but dude, it's a clear cut winner. When you sent me your pick, because like I said, guys, he sent me his picks first. My first thought was like, let me see, like, does anything else stand out? I don't want to pick Poirier versus Islam. It just didn't stand out to me like that. So my next thought, like last year, I chose the Twister that Damon Blackshear had, right, which I loved. So I looked for a very technical awesome thing that we don't see often. There wasn't any this year. It was not a great year for technical submission, I will say. So there's only one clear-cut winner, Hamzat versus Whitaker. We both picked it. Can you talk about some other fights that we considered?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, just to piggyback off that real quick, crazy to see Hamzat just fucking do that to Robert Whitaker. We mentioned Islam and Dustin, the ankle pick into the Darce choke. It was kind of a cool move after a really damn good, tough fight. Maybe Islam's toughest test that we've seen him in at least in years. Well, Volk, maybe that first Volk fight, but just a tough fight for Islam to finish it that way. Ortega and Yair was a crazy one, man. I'll throw in DDP Izzy, and I'll also throw in Patty the Batty versus Bobby Green. Slept his ass.
Respect.
But I'm with you. Nothing crazy, nothing really stood out in terms of submission. And just a little foreshadowing. We have KO of the year coming up. We have fight of the year coming up. I don't think for as good as 2024 was in the UFC DS that we had, anything that really stood out for submission.
No, submission-wise, it was a weak year, bro. Let's be honest.
I think with KOs and even fight of the year, which we'll talk about, and I'll get into that then, but just a weird year for some of those categories.
You know when there's a very clear winner?
Yeah.
For both of the finish categories, which are big categories that everybody looks forward to,
that
for the most part, that means like it was a weak year for it,
Maybe.
So anyway, and like Dino just alluded to, well, you mentioned Yair Ortega, right?
Yeah, it was a great sub.
Yeah, you did. All right, cool. All right, let's move on. KO of the year, which is everybody's favorite category. We just kind of alluded to that too. Dino Bam Bam, who's your pick?
Yeah, this one's very obvious. Another one where we both picked the same guy. Well, maybe it's not that obvious for a lot of people. I've seen different picks here, but from the moment
there's only one other pick that people pick, and it's what?
Max and Gaethje.
Yeah, but I don't.
Right.
If that wasn't, let's be honest, that wasn't a close fight, bro.
Right. I mean, the knockout was crazy, but
the knockout was fucking insane, but it wasn't close, bro.
By the way, I'll have you remind the folks who picked Max Holloway by knockout in that one.
You did.
I did. I
picked them. I picked them by decision.
So hey, but look, yes, this one from the moment I saw it, it was crazy. It's Vinicius Oliveira versus Sopaj, man. Sopaj coming into the UFC. He took that fight on short notice. We watched some film on him, man, and the kid looks really sharp. He's young, he's green, and we're like, holy fuck, he's got the skills. Dennis Bazukia was hyping him up. Shout out Dennis Bazukia. We haven't done that in a while. But, Sopaj came in there.
I'm not going to lie, I'm done with Bazukia, bro.
That's okay. Hey.
He's ass.
But look, he came in there.
He's below average at best.
Look, Diaz. Sopaj came in there. He was doing his thing. He was looking good against Vinicius Oliveira. And then
he had some moments. He had some moments where Oliveira stunned.
He was fucking him up early, right? And then another comeback of the year, I guess. Vinicius Oliveira starts to look really good, and Sopaj starts fucking just his cardio.
What's crazy, is like he was handling like Vinicius Oliveira when he was handling him on the feet. He was like he was rocking him on the feet, and then out of nowhere came the switch knee.
So what happened is Sopaj, you could tell
and I'm so sorry, but like, is agree or disagree? For me, when we're talking about KO of the year, if there's a possibility to have this, I much prefer a walk off now.
Yeah, by far. I mean, it adds to the sauce, right?
Thank you. So that was a fucking walk off.
100%. But what I'm saying, Sopaj, he was looking great, and then the cardio just went out the fucking window. And those last, couple minutes, those last few minutes there, he was done. He was absolutely done. Oliveira was beating his ass. He had won the decision more than likely. And then the next thing you know, he decides, fuck it, I'm killing this kid. And he just goes for that switch knee. Sopaj sees it coming, can't put his hands up in time because he's just so goddamn tired. Gets fucking slumped. Absolutely brutal. Shout out Loke Dog. That was nasty. It was kind of sad to see, a kid that young getting put out that fucking cold. You never like to see that.
Also, I wasn't a big Sopaj guy. I was low-key kind of impressed early in that fight, like how he was handling his own. There's a couple guys that we have to mention. Some we haven't mentioned already. Gaethje getting knocked out by Max, obviously. Ilia Topuria, we have to mention. He knocked out two of your favorite fighters, two of my favorite fighters, Max Holloway and Alexander Volkanovski, unfortunately. We have to mention Alex Pereira. He knocked out after getting dropped himself versus Roundtree, and then knocking out Jamal Hill, which was obviously the more impactful one.
Oh, and Yuri 3, by the way.
3, exactly. Thank you. And then obviously the Poirier, you put ×2, by the way, on the notes. So,
made a mistake.
Poirier versus BSD. BSD was fucking him up. He was clearly winning every minute of that fight up until the time that he got fucking knocked out. Ribovics, who fucked up T-Rex, sadly. And then from a technical standpoint, the double spinning back fist from Shot a Bullet. You got to mention that versus Petrosian too.
That could have won it had
Petrosian. From a technical standpoint, that was probably my pick. Not from a weight of the fight or whatever, like rate. From a purely technical standpoint, I think that would have been second for me.
It's just the optics of Petrosian just dropping to his knees didn't make it look as good as it could.
Also, right? Petrosian, like, it was a close fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and had Petrosian been fucking laid out cold.
Oh, if it was a complete walk-off, like, that would have been probably the knockout of the year.
Also,
I don't know, man. A switch knee is fucking clean.
One more I want to throw on there that I didn't have on this list that just popped in my mind. UFC Macau, fucking Shi Meng versus Feng Xiao Kan, the head kick, where she had this lady in a just dead, just out cold for hours.
How about this? My sister Anna, shout out Anna, I love you so much. Best person I know. She's not like an MMA fan, but she supports me in everything that I do and supports you in everything that you do, obviously, especially together. I messaged her the next day. I was like, I sent her the clip. I was like, this is going to be her new favorite fighter. and it was like the fact that she was like my parents don't know, and she's first of all a doctor, and her parents don't know that she's a fighter, and she's like 36. I love that for her, or not 36, but she's in her 30s. I love that for her. So I'm so glad that you mentioned that, because that was fucking crazy. That bitch looked dead, and that, like, from a medical standpoint, that looked like the most that somebody was fucked up potentially this year.
Well, hey, one more thing. We should have definitely did quote of the year. Mental reminder to put that in next year.
Quote of the year?
Yeah, because
you know what it would have been for me?
Huh?
It would have been
100%. That's the clear winner. That's the clear winner, followed by 2 when this lady was just talking about, when she was doing the whole interview. I don't know why I thought it was hilarious. Nobody else picked up on it, but she was like, my team, they like me because I'm so good, or some shit like that. That had me fucking crying. It's like, what do you think they're going to tell you you're bad? And then Islam.
Hey, what did he say to him?
Top 2, grab him by the scruff, little short ass.
Oh, he takes like a pause too. He's like, he's in this karate stance.
Tapodio. Hey, but then another cool quote, DS, was Islam when he was on the podcast with Big John McCarthy. Brother, who's this?
Hey.
Who's this guy?
Was that this year?
Yeah.
Hey, okay. Hey, bro. Hey, that is the funniest moment. First of all, Islam, low-key one of the funniest guys in MMA. Hey, that specific... I just dented my trash can. That specific moment, though, fucking hilarious. Brother, who this guy? And it turns to this fat white guy. He's just like...
Hey, he had another one this year, which was great, which was the interview with DC. Brother,
I'm at 10%, by the way.
Sent to Dagestan 3 years and forget.
2-3 years. Yeah. Oh, and I'm at 20%. All right, we're chilling. Yeah, right. Yeah, brother. If you want some good wrestling, send Dagestan 2-3 years and forget.
That was fire.
That's insane.
DC's like, are you out of your fucking mind?
He said, okay, 6 months, and he called you one time. Like, who this fat guy? I love that.
We got to add that next year.
Islam will never call Khabib fat, who clearly gained like 40 pounds.
Right. But DC is McDonald guy.
Absolutely. All right, guys, we're down to our last 3 awards of the year, and it's obviously the 3 big ones. It's male fighter of the year, female fighter of the year, and fight of the year. I guess I will let Dino. No, I guess I'll take it first.
Go for it.
For me, man, it was Ribovics versus Zellhuber. It was at the Sphere, so that adds to the atmosphere. I almost picked this is like honorable mention, Oralby versus Rebecca. That was the bloodiest fight of the year for sure. That was fucking crazy. I was this close to picking it. I think the clear cut winner for me is Ribovics versus Zellhuber. These guys were doing absolute damage to each other. I knew Ribovics. I knew that he was about that life. I did not know that Zellhuber was about that life. So I'll keep it short and sweet. For me, it's Ribovics versus Zellhuber. I think that's kind of the consensus pick here.
Yeah, DS. The consensus pick like everywhere is the Ribovic Zellhuber fight.
Well, the consensus pick for fight of the year for everybody is Gaethje versus Holloway, which I don't think that was actually the fight of the year.
It can't be, right? It was an ass whooping. It was one-way traffic. But what I've been seeing a lot of is Ribovic Zellhuber, and then of course, as you mentioned, Miktabek Oralby and Mateus Rebecca.
Hey, dog, hey, give it to him one time, Dino.
Meet the beat. Meet the beat.
No, give him the whole verse, bro.
No, I can't do that right now. I can't do it, brother. We're turning new pages of 2025. But listen, here's my thing with those fights, DS. They were phenomenal. I feel like both of them suffered from the same thing, which is kind of what I was alluding to earlier. We didn't really have like the war fight of the year that we expected, that we expect to have every year. Like Zellhuber Ribovics, to me, was a one-round fight. It was that third round that was crazy. Same kind of deal with Miktabek Oralby and Mateus.
No,
a little more. They had a little more than one round, but the story of that fight, to me, I would pick that over the Zellhuber Ribovics fight because the story of this guy's eye being fucked up, the broken orbital, the blood, the turnaround at the end where like Rebecca had him dead and then he starts fucking getting killed. So maybe that was fight of the year, but maybe I'm biased. I'm going with Yuri Prochazka Alexander Rakic, man. It was a 1.5 round fight, DS. But for me, that was fucking crazy. Rakic came out in that first round looking super damn impressive after a long-ass layoff. He was hurting Yuri, man. The leg kicks were damaging him. He had the dude in trouble. And then Yuri to come back in that second round, hands down, getting punched in the face, fucking Rakic up and finding that finish. Man, I have to go with Yuri and Rakic. But yeah, Ribovic Zellhuber, a phenomenal pick. Oralby and Rebecca, those are, to me, the clear top three. I would throw in Gaethje, Holloway.
Dustin obviously was a pretty good fight. Like in my opinion, Dustin did better than I expected him to do overall. Like I think he had some moments. Another shocker, like from the same kind of like standpoint, was Roundtree versus Alex Pereira. Obviously, like I did not expect Roundtree to do that well. DDP Izzy, like. I feel like that, man. I feel like that. There's a world where Izzy won that fight.
See, I think Izzy. A lot of people think that. I'm sorry to cut you off. A lot of people think that DDP like was winning that fight. In my opinion, it was clear that Izzy was winning.
I thought it was not like super clear. I was fairly on the side of Izzy, and me and you are not often. How about this? I would argue that in super tight fights like that, me and you are typically on the opposite ends.
Maybe. Yeah.
Agree. I think you can agree with that, bro. If you think about it, if you're not a stupid little bitch. But all right, guys, let's get to the final 2 awards of the year.
By the way, you mentioned Gamrot Hooker, right?
I mean, I did.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, right over there.
Yeah, I just tried to I just undented my trash can. All right, female fighter of the year. I don't know why you keep putting me first. I'll let you go first on this one, Dino Bam Bam, because it's a pick that I don't think your pick is one that I don't think anybody else will make.
Sure, I'll go for it. So for me, DS, I mean, there's a couple people that could be mentioned here. I tried to think outside of the box. Hey, man, I'm going with Verna Janjanova, man. She is the number
Rob
one.
Schneider, from Hot Girl fame.
That's not nice.
Okay.
That's not nice. Let's leave that in 2024, man. Come on.
You're right, brother.
Verna Janjanova. Verna Janjanova is the pick. 2-0 this year.
I'm gonna bust a nut to her tonight, just in solidarity, brother.
There we go. Yes, she is the
Wait, me. What the fuck is this,
brother? What is going on here?
What is that?
What?
On your left. This motherfucker got a trophy.
The trophy. You've seen the trophy. You've been here.
True.
It's also been on the pod, but it's been here the whole time. Anyways, DS, let me fucking finish, bro. We're going too long. Verna Janjanova is the pick. 2-0. I think she was supposed to be the rightful person to be fighting Zhang Weili for the title next. She was supposed to fight Tatiana Suarez. Shout out Tatiana Suarez, undefeated. Shout out Patchy Mix, needs to come to the UFC. But Tatiana pulled out of that fight, and then she gets rewarded with a title fight. Tatiana didn't fight this year, or maybe she did once. I don't think she did. Verna Janjanova, 2-0, deserves the title shot against Weili. She's a badass, dude. She's really fucking good, and I think she is a future champion. Little foreshadowing.
Yeah. Her winning, her from a physical attractiveness standpoint, that would be like Bilal. Winning the title for me. Mm-hmm. For female fight of the year, from a DS perspective, I got to go with my girl Weili, man. Actually, I have co-winners. I'm gonna go with Weili and Kayla Harrison. Both of them only fought once this year, so I understand your pick. Weili, to me, solidified her position as potentially from my money, she's in the Amanda Nunes conversation. I will still take Amanda Nunes. She's bigger and all that. It's different. Kayla Harrison, though, from a perspective of she dominated a legend who's fucking, I know, 45. I get all that. But I want to see more from her. And I'm gonna go with Weili / Kayla for my picks. There are a couple of honorable mentions that you should mention.
Sure. Valentina Shevchenko coming back. I know she only fought once.
Hey, she been teasing me on Instagram, bro.
All right, come on now. Valentina comes back. She gets that dub. She gets the belt back, DS. Another one that has to be mentioned, Juliana Pena, the most Delulu fighter in the world, as you like to say.
The most Delulu fighter. Well, now maybe Jamal Hill.
They're the
now
men.
Maybe Jamal Hall has the title for that, but
they're the male-female winners of that fucking award.
The most Delulu fighter. Oh, we did a cat. And you know what? Forget it. Official, the most Delulu fighter of the year, Jamal Hall and your girl.
Y'all's girl.
No, your girl. No, don't fucking blame it on the fans now. You were the motherfucker that I heard first top tooting the horn, brother, for Juliana Pena.
All right, so I'll say this. A couple years back, she was from Chicago. I liked her.
I'll still break her off. Don't get me wrong.
Hey, but was I wrong? She fucking went and got a title.
What the fuck? You put this shit here, the little yellow.
I did.
That shit look clean, bro.
Part of the background, brother. Part of the background. But yeah, fuck Juliana Pena. And then Raquel.
Fuck Juliana Pena, bro.
That's it. And then I'm gonna mention Raquel Pennington, the girl that Juliana Pena fucking robbed. Raquel.
I'm so good. I don't want to hear it at all.
You got to hear me out. Beginning of the year, she goes out there.
I'm not trying to hear you out, bro.
DS, brother, come on. What the fuck are we doing? Are we gonna finish this shit or are we gonna do this? Come on. Fucking Raquel Pennington wins the title at the beginning of the year against Mayra Bueno Silva. Gets fucking robbed by Juliana Pena at the end of the year. And then I know you wanted to mention this fucking lady, Dakota Ditcheva. Unbelievable. Not a UFC fighter, but
number one, I'd break her off. Number two, she's fucking bitches up.
She's so good. She's so good. She would be in the top 3 in the UFC right now.
Do you think it's pink?
Oh, it's pink.
Yeah, it's pink for sure.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to the last award in the second annual Ten7MMA. And I'm sorry. I just want to take this moment to apologize to everyone. It's been damn near an hour. And we're yapping and we're doing our thing. But you know what? Fuck you guys, bro. I warned you guys. Did I not? Don't tell me I didn't. I told y'all we're going to be yapping. Male fighter of the year. No Diddy. Dino Bam Bam.
It's you, brother. I just went first.
For me.
It's
ball time. I just got to go with him, man. I respect the guy. I love the guy. He is, and he's done basically, he's taken the roadmap that every older fighter coming in should take. And obviously not everybody is highly touted as him. Not everybody has like a foil, right, in the UFC built in, like Izzy versus him. But to bounce back after getting knocked out and in 2024 fighting 3 times, the Jamal Hill knockout, with Jamal Hill talking all that shit, Jamal Hill is still talking about it, which is crazy as a grown man. Like, brother, like, Dino, who was the biggest Jamal Hill fan you knew?
It was you.
It was me, bro. Like so, crazy fall off, and then second year he win in 2024, and then the Khalil Rountree, great fucking fight, potential fight of the year contender. We talked about it. There's only one other choice, and that's obviously who you're picking. I got to go with Poatan, partly because you picked who you picked, but for me, man, it's the value to the company and the level of competition, and just he gets a finish every fucking time, man, and he's unbelievable. So I'm taking Poatan for Male Fighter of the Year for the last award in the official second annual 10-7MMA Awards.
Yeah, I mean it was always a fucking two-man race. It was either going to be Alex Pereira or the other obvious choice is going to be Ilya Topuria.
Captura. Ba, 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 ba.
Right, look, Dino, what the fuck this guy has done? First of all, he's broken our fucking hearts. So fuck him. We were talking about the 10-7 MMA weight loss challenge. I'm fucking cutting to 145. It might take me 3 years. I'm fighting this guy. I have to.
On God, you're never on my mother's grave, and I never say that. If you do, I will kill myself. You'll never get to 145. Okay. I could pay you my
way to fucking just
right now.
Way to just fucking just ruin vibes, bro. Way to just maybe I want to be 145.
God, you're never making 145, bro. You're like 6'7", 360. You're never getting there, bro.
Hey, look, you're just crushing my fucking dreams, okay? Just crushing my fucking dreams.
If I'm the first one to crush your dreams of getting a 145, you had a lot of liars in your life, brother.
All right, fuck the 140. Somebody's got to fuck him up. So I'm just saying, somebody's got to fuck the guy up. But what he did coming out here, breaking our fucking hearts, knocking out Alexander Volkanovski, that fucking crushed me. And then he sits there and he's all fucking pompous about it. And he does his whole fucking shit talking and, you know, I'm the best and fucking this cockiness, this Conor McGregor wannabe shit. And then we're like, all right, Max knocks out Gaethje in spectacular fashion. Max, go get our fucking lick back, bro. Go get the fucking lick back.
No Diddy, brother.
And what happens, DS?
He's going to lick it up, lick a tongue.
Right, and he basically got fucking starched. Ilya Topuria goes out there, starches
Max.
Not
basically, he got fucking starched, bro.
He got fucking starched. Ilya Topuria says he's going to walk to the center of the octagon, do the point down right at the beginning of the fight. He does it. Max fucking doesn't engage in it, which, like, he shouldn't have, but still, just more of like a I'm sunning you kind of thing. Then he fucking finds him again, man. The boxing is crisp. The grappling is crisp. The person, and again, this is another story for another time, but the person I'm most confident in that will be champion next year in any division is Ilya Topuria. I don't see anybody beating this man at 145.
More than Islam?
More than Islam, man. I don't know, man. Ilya Topuria, I just don't see anyone at 45 even coming close to Ilya Topuria right now. So Topturo is my fighter of the year. And, hey, man, a couple other people will fucking mention. Honorable fucking mentions here, DS. Pantoja, 2-0. Quickly,
Pantoja.
just...
Pantoja. Shout out Davey
Pantoja. Quickly becoming one of the flyweight GOATs. He's probably second, third all-time at least right now. 2-0 for him, 2 title defenses. Marab beats Henry Cejudo, gets the title off of Sean O'Malley. As weird as it sounds, Dricus du Plessis, the first fight of the year with Sean Strickland, was a very, very controversial one for me. I think Sean Strickland won that fight 3-2, but DDP got the decision, and then he beats Izzy after looking like he was losing. And, of course, a guy that we mentioned earlier, Carlos Prates, has to be in the mix. 4-0, 4 finishes. Disgusting.
She plus on my dude till I drink it.
Some shit like that.
But anyway, guys, thank you so much for your support.
Whew.
Year of the Lord 2024. We'll be back literally in like 3 days, so don't miss us too much. Dino Bam, I love you. You're my MVP.
Thank you, brother. Your audio sounds terrible. I think you're up in the mic. But anyways, guys.
My little pinky was on the mic. I just want to say, Dino Bam, you're my MVP. If y'all didn't hear me. I just love doing this with you, man. But thank you guys for tuning in. And I warned y'all this is going to be a long video, but fuck you guys, bro. You're not my dad.
Yeah, that's it. You're not my dad, you know? Guys, anyways, 2024, a good year in the UFC. A good year at D7 MMA. Hey, 2025 right here. You see it? I'm putting on the fucking shades
2009.
again. Hey, 2025 is looking bright, DS. We got some good fights to start the year. We're going to be putting out a fuck ton of content.
We have good fights to start the year. Fucking Hebos versus Mackenzie Dern. That's sick.
Brother, we got Islam.
I will be watching Dick in Hand.
All right, I'm just saying. We got Islam and Sarukian.
Oh, you're not going to be watching Dick in Hand? Brother, get real.
Stop it. Islam and Sarukian. We got Marab and Umar. We got Yuri and Jamal Hill. These are all set up for one card. We got Benil and Moicano. We got good shit going.
We got Hose and different
Strickland and DDP. Anyways, guys, if you enjoyed, do us a favor. Hit the fucking like and subscribe button like the thing at the bottom now says. You can also go and follow us on Instagram at the10-7MMA. By the way, MMA Joey is like, go create a blue sky. So I created a blue sky. So go follow us there. Same shit.
That's for liberals, brother. Liberal.
We're going to be creating a Twitter. Video. We're going to be creating a Twitter. We're going to be back on the TikTok grind.
We're going to be jorking it on your dinomes, all y'all.
That's it. So follow us everywhere, guys. That right there is DS. I'm Dino Bandman. This was D10-7.
You feel me?
This was D10-7 MMA. Thank you so much for watching.
Peace.